Hi, today we're going to go through photos and document storage. It's important that you understand the difference between a stored document or photo, archive, backed up and streaming. So I thought it would be worthwhile just going through what they are. A stored document means it's on your device. It's taking up room on your computer. Archived, it's also on your device. However, it's not in an easily accessible place. It's like those dinner platters that you never use. They're often tucked away at the back of the cupboard, and it's exactly the same with the computer. It's able to store these files in a place that doesn't slow down your computer. Backups are very similar to archives, but on a backed up file, it's in a special format that only allows you to restore it to the computer that it was backed up from. Streaming, this is where the file isn't on your computer, it's possibly in the cloud or on another computer, and you just take it along your Wi-Fi connection or your internet connection to view the file, change it and store it. So it frees up your computer, but it would use your bandwidth for your internet, for example. But if it's across Wi-Fi, it doesn't make a difference. I thought it would be worthwhile going through some of the things to organize your photos and just make life easier with the technology that we have today. Your photos are very sizable anyway, decent resolution photos. They take up a lot of space. Not sure if you've ever been on holiday and wanted to take that final best photo and you run out of space on your memory card. Also, it's important to have a backup copy of your photos in case you lose your camera or your phone, and it gives you a possibility, storing them in the cloud gives you the possibility to share them with family and friends. They don't have to wait until you get back from your holiday. And you also don't have to carry heavy photo albums to the club to be able to share your photos. Also, storing them is a lot more difficult these days. Documents. Document storage in the cloud. I've taken some examples as to why it's very useful. Copy of your travel insurance, holiday itinerary and passport. So you could have that accessible from anywhere. Let's say, for example, touch wood, something happened and you had your handbag stolen which had your passport and your holiday itinerary in it. You could just go to the Australian embassy, use their internet, log into the cloud and print off a copy of your passport and holiday itinerary. Wills and important papers shared with family or executor, so you can share certain files that they have access. Access to documents whilst on your iPad, so you might be away or at home in the lounge and you've got a document stored on your computer and you don't feel like logging in there. You can access the documents from any of your devices. Also gives you a backup of your documents and allows you to easily manage files with multiple computers in the house. Photos, we can have photos from our phone, via email. Sometimes friends send to us. We've got photos that we used to store in our photo album. We could scan them. We've got photos on USB, and we can also take photos directly from our camera. Store these onto our iPads or iPhones. Now the next few slides I'm going to cover some of the cloud storage options. I don't want you to get confused yet because I'll go through it in the end. I think each one serves a purpose and it depends what you want out of it. Photostream is the Apple equivalent of photos on the iCloud. So if you have iCloud and you have Apple devices, you have iCloud, you can enable Photostream and this will work seamlessly. So Photostream enables you to store your photos from each device on the cloud and make them accessible. So if you've got to take a photo on your iPhone, it will automatically be uploaded onto your Windows PC or your iPad. It's important to know that Photostream is a stream and it stores the last 1,000 photos for 30 days. So if you take more than 1,000 photos, in 30 days. You need to be just wary of that. Most of us don't do that. Most of us don't even do that in a year. The 1,000 photos will stay there, but it'll just take the oldest one off. The reason I tell you that is just because you should religiously just copy your photos onto a device. Photos are streamed, so if you want to store it on a certain device, you need to save it or download it, and you do need to set it up on iCloud. Flickr and Picasso, and there's a numerous applications out there that are web-based applications, and they have apps for your iPhone or your Android phone, and it's exactly the same. They like Dropbox. It's just specifically for photos, and they have some cool applications that you can make collages, etc., and it's easy to share. So that's just a web-enabled application, and you only really have to pay for them if you have big storage. Dropbox, this does photos as well. It has the capability of doing mobile photos automatically. You can sync your Photostream to Dropbox. I use it mainly for documents and a backup of photos, and we'll go through some of the benefits of either of those later. You may have heard of Google Drive. Google Drive is Google's equivalent of Dropbox. There's a company, a very, very good application called SugarSync, and that automatically syncs. The difference between Dropbox and SugarSync, you can select certain folders on your computer and it synchronizes them automatically. Dropbox, you need to save a file or store a file within that folder and it'll sync automatically. SkyDrive is a Windows version of the Google Drive, and iCloud is Apple's version. iCloud isn't efficient. iCloud is really only efficient for Apple applications with documents. So if you use a Windows PC, I wouldn't advise iCloud as your main document storage, but most of these are free for a certain amount of storage. So the Photostream, Picasso, Flickr mainly for your photos, Google Drive, Dropbox, SugarSync, Box, SkyDrive and iCloud mainly for your documents. So I'll just go through the different ones, and you can see they're all, there's a lot of them out there. It's not meant to confuse. I'm trying to simplify this. Version tracking, most of the document storage enables you to save various versions of a document. So let's say, for example, I had this presentation and I saved it on Dropbox, and then I made some changes to it. It would automatically save another version. So if, for example, I wanted to go back to a previous version, I could do that. So it's very handy. iCloud doesn't do that. I won't go through all of these. Multiple folder syncing, that's where it's just automatic. You set it up and you say, okay, I always want my documents synced to SugarSync. So no matter how many folders you create and what documents you put in there, it will automatically sync. Whereas for Dropbox, iCloud and Google Drive, you have to save a document to that, and then it's always synced after that. Download to mobile, most of them do it. Media streaming, that's been able to watch something, so I can save a television episode onto Dropbox and then I can watch it. Obviously, because I'm streaming, I'll need access to the internet. Bandwidth throttling, what that means is because you can be copying over large files, it doesn't use all of your bandwidth. It enables it to limit it to quite a slow speed, so it's low priority traffic. Peer-to-peer, you don't have to worry about. Password protected files, everything is secure and password protected, but this, I guess, enables particular files to be password protected. There's some file size limits for some applications, but not all. File encryption, that's if it's secure. We learned about HTTPS last week, so that's all secure. Public file share, you can copy files to a public folder and then they're always available, so if you wanted to make them accessible to anybody who doesn't actually have to have a Dropbox account, you can do it that way. File and folder collaboration, that's exactly the same. Sharing a file, like we've shared the Computerettes folder on Dropbox. You've all got access to that folder, and anything that I put in it, it'll let you know. Public API, don't worry about it. And the next are just all of the applications. So if you've got a Windows PC, all of them are fine. If you've got a Mac PC, I wouldn't go with Livekive. Linux, not too many. Android, those are most of the phones like the Samsung, etc. is on an Android application. iOS is the Mac application, so Google Drive doesn't work on your iPhone. Windows Phone client, not a very popular thing, and BlackBerry as well, not very popular. So you just got to think of some of those things when you work out what you want to do. So let's get into the fun bit, setting up Photostream. So first of all, check on your iPhone or iPad, go into the settings, go down to the photo and camera option and turn on My Photostream. I would also flick Shared Photo Streams to on. That you have allowed photos to have access to, and just turn them on or off. We also have to have Photostream set up on our PC. So if you go into use your start button on your PC, go to your control panel, select iCloud, and in the iCloud go into the options button for Photostream and ensure that My Photostream is ticked Shared Photo Streams, and you can also change the location for where you want your photo streams. I actually store mine on Dropbox because that way my photos are backed up in the cloud, so I can access them on my PC because I've got Dropbox on my PC, and I can also make sure that they're automatically backed up, and you can do this via that. Sharing a photo on a photo stream, so you've taken a photo, you've got this little action button on most places in your iPad, but you'll see it on your photo. If you click that, it'll give you a selection of applications or actions that you can do, and this all depends on which applications you've allowed to have access to your photo stream. That's the settings that we set on privacy. So select a photo stream you have already set up. If you don't have one, go to New Photo Stream, and you can share it immediately. If you don't want to share it with anybody, don't put in your name there yet. Type a name of the photo stream that you want to call it. If you wanted it to be publicly available, i.e. you didn't want someone to have to sign up to Photostream, maybe they don't have an iPhone, you will just be given a URL that you can then email to them. Just press public website open, and it will give you a link that you can send to people. But then anyone can access that if they know that URL or that link. If you wanted to share multiple photos, so it would be pretty laborious to do that the previous way that we've done for many photos, go to your photos, which you can see here, and click Edit. And you then have some options of sharing, delete, add to, and cancel. On that, select the photos that you want, and once they're selected, they'll have a little tick to them. And click the share button, and you give the options. So I've got an option to email, message, Photostream, Facebook, print, or copy. So I want to do it onto Photostream. You can also add to an existing album, or add to a new album if you were sorting out your photos. And albums are a lot easier to just keep them organized. Okay, if we just do a workshop with that and try and do all of that now, have fun, take lots of photos, set up a system to back them up, make sure you share your photos with friends and family, and most of all, have fun. Thank you.